Hello, DC families. Welcome to another story time with Minnie and Mrs. McGeough. I have to apologize for the plethora of things, or all the things behind me. A lot of folks have commented and said, how do you keep that nice set of yours so clean? Well, I don't, because it's life and it's messy, especially nowadays, hey? We're making do with what we have got. So we want to... Minnie's gone already. My heavens. She is gone. But anyway, I wanted to say hi to you in a very, very special way, and we do this in our classroom all the time. It's in a different language called PODS. Now, some of you have these books at home, and we use pictures just to talk and converse. So I want to say, I want you to stop and wait. I have more to say. Let's turn the page. I want to thank you for coming and joining us at story time. I'm going to turn the page again. And lastly, I have a story to tell you. A story to tell you. So for those of you who know what you're doing and who have been practicing at home, good job. We will continue talking with PODS whenever we get back to school. Hopefully we can soon here. Anyway, I have a very special story for you today because there are little seeds in it. And seeds grow to be these big plants. And we have to say thank you to Mr. Hartman and his social justice class for growing this beautiful plant. But our story has seeds in it. Now, how we say seeds in sign language is just like this. It's as if we're growing something like a flower and then spreading the seeds. So, seeds. Okay, so let's see kind of what our story is about. We have our plant, and our plant grew so big and tall from these tiny little seeds. Just like you and me. We're growing every day. You and I, we're growing every single day. So all of these little seeds will become plants. Make sure you folks try and do that at home if you have the resources available to you. You can create a community garden. You can grow just one plant. So show Mrs. McGeough what you've planted at home, if you can do that, if it's part of your journey. So here's the book we're going to read today. It's called 5 Tough and Tiny Seeds. And it's perfect for May because spring is coming. And that's when we usually like to plant our seeds. And it's a good thing spring is coming because we're ready for some warm weather. But in this book, we talked about the seeds. So this is how you say seeds in sign language. There's also going to be a snake, and we haven't learned that sign yet. So this is snake. You just take your 2 fingers like peace or 2, and you go snake, as if it's slithering away. Snake. We also will see a bumblebee, and how we do that is just make the letter B with your hand. So your thumb is down and closed, just like a B. 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 That's how you say bumblebee. And then also we're going to be reading about a hawk in this book, and how you say hawk in sign language is simply spelling it. So it's H-A-W-K. Now, Mrs. McGeough isn't that fast with her alphabet yet, but she will get there. So you have to spell it out. H-A-W-K. Or for you at home, you can also just do bird. Remember, we know that one already. Bird. Bird. We also will be seeing a toad or frog. Frog. So we already know those 2. Bird and frog. Awesome. Are you ready? Set. Go. Let's read 5 Tough and Tiny Seeds. This is by Steve Metzger, and illustrated by Mike Briney. Alrighty, let's see where the seeds go. 5 tough and tiny seeds sat on a slender reed, waiting for springtime winds to blow. And remember seeds? 5 tough and tiny seeds. Let's turn the page. One landed on the ground, sniffed up by a happy hound. Oh, and we know that sign in sign language, dog. Hound or dog. Let's turn the page. Then there were 4 tough and tiny seeds. 4 tough and tiny seeds sat on a slender reed, waiting for springtime winds to blow. One landed near a lake, beside a wriggly snake. Snake. And do you know what sound a snake makes usually? Snake. Let's turn the page. Can you see the 3 seeds? Then there were 3 tough and tiny seeds. The 3 tough and tiny seeds sat on a slender reed, waiting for springtime winds to blow. One landed near a, do you know what this is? We know that sign. A tree. A tree. Buzzed by a bumble bee. Bee. Look at that beautiful little bumblebee. Let's turn the page. Then there were 2 tough and tiny seeds. 2 tough and tiny seeds sat on a slender reed, waiting for springtime winds to blow. Let's turn the page. We'll see what's next. One landed by a road, next to a slimy toad or frog. Frog. Let's turn that page. Then there was 1 tough, tiny seed. 1 tough and tiny seed sat on a slender reed, waiting for springtime winds to blow. It landed on a rock, close to a watchful hawk. Hawk or bird. Look at that hawk. Have you folks got to see a hawk in a while? Then there were no tough and tiny seeds. 5 tough and tiny seeds blown from a slender reed. Raindrops are falling from the sky. Drip, drop. With bright and warmer days, now comes the month of May. Now it's time for seeds to grow, just like you folks, growing very healthy. And don't these seeds kind of remind you of us right now, where we've all been blown apart to our different homes, but now we're going to grow and we're going to be stronger than ever. Resiliency. 5 seeds begin to sprout just as the sun comes out. What will they all turn out to be? Growing taller by the hour, each one a different flower. Dandelion, rose, sunflower, cosmos, wild carrot. That's what became of 5 tough and tiny seeds. Oh, the end! So those tough and tiny seeds grew into beautiful plants, just like these. Isn't that nice? So plants usually need sunshine, They usually need rain, they need oxygen and water and room to grow, just like Morgan taught us in music therapy, right? And speaking of music therapy and Morgan, we have one song we're going to sing to you. Maybe Minnie can help. She's back. And she's singing. She's back and she's singing. So we're going to sing a song, even though, you know, Mrs. McGeough's is not the best singer. We all know that. So let's start. Ready, set, go. You know it. Raindrops, raindrops falling down, falling, falling to the ground. Can you catch them on your nose? Will they drip and drop on your toes? Raindrops, raindrops falling down, falling, falling to the ground. Awesome. So you folks can sing that at home too. And remember our beautiful staff and your beautiful student friends at school. And show me a picture of your plants at home. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. See you folks. We'll get Minnie to say bye too. Come here. Bye from Minnie.